Hi, today we're going to discuss another popular function in Excel, which is SUMIFS. This function is used by pretty much everyone who works with Excel on a daily basis. However, there are a few hidden gems which people don't know about. Let's see what are these hidden gems and how can they be helpful for us. Let's start with some simple example. We have the table which has two columns of criteria and one column which we want to sum up. This is very simple, so we use SUMIFS formula, sum only the elements which are equal to apple, and from the second one, only those where the status of the order is done. The most common way to organize the data in Excel is to move from top to down. However, there are different specific examples when this approach is not followed. In this example, we need to add up the numbers which are located in columns. For this type of cases, SUMIFS works perfectly. We repeat the same exercise just with the rows. So we start again with the sum range and we go through the list of criteria one by one. If we do this exercise, not the most popular case, but it's helpful to know that you can use it. Let's go back to the first example and be a bit more creative with the condition. Let's imagine that in this example we want to calculate the sales of apples, however not specifically in 2020, but in every year, which is more 2020. In the last criteria, which in our case would be year, we'll put the sign more and they can combine it with the year. And as you can see in this example, it captures only the years 21 and 22. Let's look again at the first example. Let's try to make the formula a bit more readable. So first of all, we need to select the whole table, go to the top menu, click Insert and Table. Here we need to leave the tick mark near the first row active. Push OK. Let's go to the left and change the name of the table to Sales. Now, as you can see, when we start selecting the elements of the table, they change their names from simple address to the elements of the table. Formula became much clearer, and if you properly define the names of the columns in your table, it's much easier to understand what are you doing in the formula. We need to know two magic signs, which is question mark and asterisk. You can add these elements to your criteria and they will change the search parameters. The question mark means one random sign. You can add it on the left side of the search parameter, on the right side. The asterisk means any amount of signs. In this example, in the table we have 3 apples with some additions. Let's imagine that we still want to calculate the sum of the sales for all the apples. In this case, let's add at the end the asterisk. Since the asterisk is added at the end of the formula, the sum will be capturing all the elements which start with apple and ends with whatever we want. Let's try also to test the question mark sign. In the right part, let's put 2 question marks. In this case, as you can see, it captures only the first element, because only this one contains 2 letters. However, if we take a few letters from the second one, the sum formula changed, and now captures first 2 elements. Now let's go to the bonus example. The biggest limitation of SUMIFS formula is that for each criteria it can contain only one filter. Let's imagine that we want to calculate sales of apples for those orders which have status not only done, but done or delivery. We can do it. We sum the area, choose the first parameter, and when we go to the second parameter, we put a figure brackets, close the formula, then we go in the beginning and we put sum of everything, which we put here. The sum is equal to 134, which is exactly the sum of these 2 elements. Definitely this is not the embedded mechanism in the formula, but the solution can be helpful. With this I want to conclude. Thank you and see you in the next one.